Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up? It's your girl, Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson, and available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and notify bell next to it to make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. I want to give a special shout out to all the new friendos here.
New.
Perhaps coming over from Straight to Hell.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome.
Which is right now available at Cultaholic.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, for the friendos who are already here, maybe didn't know this, at StarCast in Vegas.
Yes, back Memorial Day weekend, so late May. We had the absolute pleasure of being on Straight to Hell with Ross. Got to hang out with Jack, Sam. Absolute great time.
No Pacitti.
No.
Thank God. I'm joking. Adam's great. He's hilarious. Anyways, they're all lovely guys.
Yeah, fantastic. Had a great time recording the shows with them. Got to chat with them for a while. It was awesome. Yeah. So thank you so much for Ross and all of them for having us on Straight to Hell.
You did good. You had a good response.
I was happy to see a lot of people that are irritated when people adjust their gear while selling.
Apparently, you've also somewhat traumatized Ross.
Yeah, I saw that
he said that now he can't unsee it, and it's made wrestling worse for him. That's really our goal here going in, right, Larson?
Yeah, make wrestling worse for everybody.
Exactly. So yeah, there's that. So that's up right now at Cultaholic. Be sure to go check that out. It's a lot of fun. And then my episode was last month. You can always watch that again as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Can we forego wrestling talk? Because before we started, we were talking about traumatic porta potty experiences.
Oh, we don't need to talk about that on camera.
I know. You were on the verge of actually having vomiting.
It wasn't just because I was hungover yesterday either. I was. But that wasn't. It was like when I think about it in my head, how gross that porta potty.
Yeah. Well, don't lose your breakfast.
Maybe
please.
We'll talk about that during Overrun today, our bonus episode available to $1 patrons at Up and YouTube channel members. Maybe we'll talk about that then, because why wouldn't you want to pay extra money to us to hear us talk about disgusting things?
I only went in one, and it was pretty gross.
Yeah, it was really gross.
We got some new patrons.
Oh, cool.
We've got. I didn't do the search. I'm just scrolling.
Do you type in Patreon?
I usually, but not this time. Big Booty Judy.
And Mike Forbes.
I like
Thank you. One is a very. I don't remember this name. Andy El Churro Man Landeros.
Oh.
Chris D. Oh dear, I don't. Yeah, I think because we did our Friday episode on
we
Thursday.
Did it live. Yeah.
So there's a couple other ones. This person's name is Michael. I'm gonna assume that his last name is Slutz, Slutz, Slutz.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because you could say that a different way. But and then also Dylan Turner and Branksy Boy, new patrons. Thank you, everybody, for your support. Lots of great stuff.
Thank you.
Ad-free.
Thank you.
On the Patreon, you can, for $1, you get the show ad-free.
It only takes $1.
And then $5, you get all that great bonus content every single week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway.
Yep.
Including us talking about porta potties.
Yeah, potentially.
Later on today. So yeah, good weekend, fun weekend. I drank. Did you drink this weekend?
A little bit. And apparently not as much as you.
Yeah, I drank a little bit more.
Ballpark figure, how many beers on Saturday night? Because if you were hungover, that's going to be a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like a good 4 hours just of constant. I was never without, so I'm not sure.
Unless I need a number, even rough.
I don't know. Probably maybe 6.
All right.
Yeah, maybe more. I don't know. I'm not claiming that I'm like a heavy drinker. I'm a lightweight. My tolerance levels.
Were you drinking water at all?
While
you're drinking beer, just beer exclusively?
No,
all right,
that's beer exclusively.
That's the issue.
And then I went to bed, and as I was like starting to like drift off, I was like, I need to get up and have some water and food before I go to bed, because that usually does the trick for me.
Yeah,
just drink a bunch of water and and eat some food before you go to bed, and I'm usually fine. And then I didn't do that. I just thought about it, and I didn't do that.
Oh, Epicomondo.
We'll get a couple super chats and we'll hop right into this news. Speaking of which, Epico Mondo, the new Going in Raw benefactor, the official benefactor, dropping a $20 super chat, says, I'm just going to leave this here as if he's just, that's just an accident. But that's enough. You're good. Jeffrey Nguyen, he says, I drank a lot. Normal weekend. Yeah. I mean, normal day, really, for Jeff.
Also,
we all
Jeffrey got tickets to the second AEW TV taping.
Ooh, and you can find out when the fourth and fifth AEW TV shows are going to be.
Yes.
Later on today in the show.
Double J.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Double J. It's Double J. Swagnito. Going to Raw tonight with my girl and 4 others for their first wrestling show. That should be fun.
That should be fun. We're going to have Raw preview later on.
Yeah, it's the King of the Ring tournament kicks off.
Heck yeah, man.
Tonight.
Awesome.
Before we get to that, we got to talk about NXT. Where is it going? What's going to happen with NXT? Because we've been hearing for weeks NXT was on the move from the network to Fox Sports 1.
Yeah.
And while that reporting had more or less stated that it was all virtually a done deal, there was that one little thing like Fox Sports 1's contract with Big East Basketball.
Big contract.
Where they have to broadcast every game. That could have thrown the whole thing for a loop. Well, according to PW Insider, NXT, the Fox Sports 1, ain't happening. Because they reported late Friday that, quote, over the last 24 hours, PW Insider has been told there's a pitch for the series be moved to Wednesday on the USA Network starting this October.
Oh, characters welcome.
Characters welcome. With the idea, NXT would be graduated into a live 2-hour series from Full Sail University in Florida. The idea would be for the series to start in that form on October 2nd. What else is happening on that day? They tell us, which is, of course, the same date that All Elite Wrestling launches its own weekly series on TNT.
That is correct.
And then following PW Insider's report, Dave Meltzer added on episode of Wrestling Observer Radio that NXT on USA could actually premiere before AEW's TNT debut. And then PW Insider later followed up reporting that, quote, there have been some within WWE who believe USA is a done deal.
Wow.
And it's just a matter of time before the deal is announced. There had been interest from Fox, but USA came to the table over the last several weeks. And they add, quote, we confirm that there were NXT staff who were told this week in Florida to be prepared for a longer show and that things would be changing very soon. One source pointed out that NXT has a planned taping at Full Sail University on Wednesday, September 11th, and that they could easily launch the show live at that taping, then tape on September 12th, which is another announced taping, before settling in for live tapings every week in early October. If so, they would effectively be in that Wednesday slot a few weeks before AEW launches. That's what I said they should do.
Yeah.
Friday.
Do Friday?
No, on Friday. I think on a Friday news show I said if they really want to stick it to AEW, get that time slot for yourself before they even air anything.
Yeah, I guess so.
Then you're embedded. You're the established brand Wednesday nights.
You can have your cake and eat it too. You can start before, get the jump on them. All right. And then on the day of, you can do something huge.
Yeah.
You can announce beforehand. What's the biggest thing they could do? 10-2. They're already live. They're already on Wednesdays. They're already where characters are welcome on USA Network. But then October 2nd, you want to counter program AEW. What's the biggest thing you could do, Larson?
Brock Lesnar in NXT.
Brock versus Matt Riddle.
Yep.
Confirmed. That's what you do. Oh, my God. Could you imagine Brock Lesnar in front of a Full Sail crowd?
Yeah.
How would they react? Karen's head would explode.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
I know. That's what you do.
Oh my God! Could you imagine, bro? Just total rip.
You can go up to each person in the audience individually and do that.
They should do a Raw reunion on NXT.
I know, NXT reunion.
Oh man,
that would be it. And then Russell votes added. This all happened on Saturday too. By the end of Saturday, all this was out.
I know. We should have come in the office, but I was too busy.
You're too busy getting hammered this weekend.
Yeah.
Russell votes added, quote, a lot of rumors going around concerning NXT. I'll add what I've heard. NXT is moving to USA Network on Wednesday nights, not Fox Sports 1, and I've been told WWE will make an official announcement this Monday. That's today.
Yeah, that's going to be a big deal.
Man, and then things move fast, huh?
And then I think, God, was it Meltzer who said? Somebody said that they expect the USA announcement to be made and one additional big announcement.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So something else. I mean, maybe it's They're going to USA and they're 2 hours. Maybe they're
going to USA 2 hours. Brock Lesnar October 2nd.
Brock Lesnar to NXT.
Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg versus Matt Riddle.
Oh,
retirement match.
Wow.
NXT.
Holy moly.
Of course, people are talking about, well, what is this going to mean for NXT? I woke up this morning and saw Wrestle Talk had a thing up saying that Meltzer and Alvarez is both saying that, well, it's going to be on USA, so of course Vince is going to be more hands-on with the weekly product. That takeovers as we know them might be a thing of the past from a creative standpoint. Speculation and concern on their parts, not firm news. But I guess when you see NXT, which has developed its own really cool, unique thing, is getting put out. It's sort of like when an indie band signs to a major label.
Yeah.
And they get the corporate promotional push behind them.
The network is Sub Pop in the 90s.
Yeah. And then USA is like Geffen Records.
Right.
We're talking Nirvana here.
Yeah.
Signing from Sub Pop, post Bleach.
Yeah.
Pre-Nirvana, pre-Nevermind days.
Yeah.
Signing to Geffen. And like, are they gonna water down what they were on Sub Pop, or make themselves more? What's the opposite of sub? Above pop.
Yeah.
More pop.
Yeah.
In attempt to garner new viewers, or are they gonna stay true to what they are?
Or are they gonna get like annoyed with all the hassle of being in a big record company, and so for their follow-up to Nevermind, they put a song on there called Rape Me.
Well, and they hire Steve Albini to produce it.
Right.
So it sounds like as abrasive as possible, essentially, that you could get away with on a mainstream record.
Yeah.
This analogy has gone way too far.
Oh, it's gone
but
off
I
the
think
rails.
it's that, because that's kind of the crossroads I think NXT fans probably have to face now. It's like, okay, we get NXT on USA 2 hours, maybe live every week, which is great for the performers on the show.
Yeah.
It's a huge stage for them. NXT, that's pretty much making NXT the third brand.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Not quite on the same level as Raw or SmackDown, because they're not in front of as large houses, but
that could change.
That could change. They got a cable deal. They're on the same network. It's Raw. More or less equal footing.
It's funny because what Meltzer says is essentially true. I find it hard to believe that Vince look, you can take this as Vince by necessity. USA has been dealing with Vince McMahon for 25 years now, or 20, however long, 26, 27
Since
years right now. So yes, they will be dealing. He is going to be more involved simply of the fact that it's going to be on USA Network. They are used to dealing with him. I mean, the real question, of course, that everybody's concerned about is what will it mean for NXT's creative? That's sort of the bigger thing. We've seen it. Look, this could be a disaster. It totally could be. That is a distinct possibility. However, as we've seen on Raw for the past couple of weeks since Heyman has taken over, Vince seems to be a person who can loosen the reins a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's so long as the announcement of NXT on USA coincides with the announcement of officially Triple H as executive director of NXT, that would allay some fears that people may have.
That would be a really smart move on their part. That would be a very smart move.
Announce it and then announce that Triple H is still in charge.
Yeah, exactly. That would be big. Because it is a concern. Like, people freak out about that stuff. I tend to think it's much ado about nothing, but it could be totally something. It could be the second big announcement could be, did you see that Captain's Challenge match that they've been promoting for 205?
Pretty much an elimination.
Garza?
I know, a Survivor Series match. I
know. That is so much fun. That is so cool, man. I'm telling you. If the second big announcement, and I hope it is that 205 is going to get wrapped up into NXT as part of that, man, I'm all on board. That could be a killer 2-hour show.
And then, I would
in front of a small Full Sail crowd that's just going to be going ape every single week.
And I would think that the primary reason beyond the TV contracts they want to pit NXT versus AEW is because they probably acknowledge that NXT is the best pure wrestling the company offers.
Sure.
You bring 205 Live into that, it's only going to enhance the value of that brand from a wrestling standpoint. You take NXT/205, put that against AEW, which they've said they're going to concentrate on putting on awesome wrestling every week. I mean, in terms of catering to similar fan bases, that's the way to do it. And if you approach NXT/205 with the same philosophy that you have with Raw and SmackDown now, which is it's just as much about storylines as it is in-ring action, people are gonna they're not gonna be into that. You got to just push NXT push it on its strength, what it is. It's developed a really strong, passionate fan base for a reason. Same with AEW.
Yeah.
People just want good wrestling with creative that makes sense.
The presentation needs to stay basically the same, because that's a big strength of it, and the simplicity of their storytelling. Like, they don't do story. I mean, look, they have storylines just the same way as Raw and SmackDown have storylines. It's just they're told in simple, effective ways. I mean, look at the Io Shirai Candice LeRae right now. It's anchored by just really great wrestling, built on a very simple presence.
Yeah,
Io doesn't need anybody, and she's tired of people bugging her.
Yeah,
that's great. You know, it's all it needs to be.
Yeah,
and then they fight each other a lot.
Yeah, that's all it needs to be.
That's all it needs to be.
That's what people really just want. They just want logical, simple storylines that motivate good matches.
Yeah, yeah.
Chris Kabako here asks, does this move include NXT UK? No, I don't think so.
I think that NXT UK, I mean, there are a lot of other things that we could get into here, including will they sort of establish an NXT developmental as a separate thing that can remain on the network, or will they start showing Evolve on the network as the NXT's NXT?
Well, you have Evolve, you'd have Progress, ICW, and of course, already NXT UK on the network now that can kind of get bumped up and fill that time slot potentially on Wednesday.
So there would be like an additional, it's like, you know, you could have NXT, you could have NXT UK, and then Evolve and Progress and ICW could be NXT's NXT.
Yeah. Yeah. NXT UK is NXT, but it would be NXT.
Progress is then NXT UK's NXT.
Yes.
But NXT UK is already NXT's NXT to a degree. Right.
But it's also Evolve is also NXT's NXT.
Well, maybe, but if they also establish an NXT developmental, then Evolve will be bumped down to NXT's NXT.
Yes. And Epico Mondo said, "Oh, and forgot about this too. Sorry."
Okay, Epico, that's good. That's good. A 20 for him, 20 for me. That's good. That's
no
good.
more. That's enough. Thank you.
Don't you have a fish to catch? My goodness gracious. Anyways, thanks, Dad.
Anyways, thank you. Yes.
So, Larson, moving on. Next, where is LAX? Is this about an airport story?
It is. LAX.
Yeah, no. LAX, the awesome tag team that up until this point,
Santana and Ortiz,
has been part of, not to be confused with the OGs who once were LAX. This is LAX 2.0.
Santana and Ortiz.
They're great. They're fantastic.
We saw them put on a great match at Big Time Wrestling about a year plus ago against Reno Scum.
That's true.
It was awesome.
Anyways, there's been confirmation all over the place that they're done with Impact. I'm sorry, there's been speculation all over they're done with Impact.
Correct.
But now apparently there's some confirmation of that. LAX wrestled their last match for the promotion over the weekend and are now confirmed free agents. The duo issued a statement following their bout against Rich Swann and Willie Mack, saying this: "Last night we wrestled our final match with Impact Wrestling. Our appreciation and gratitude for every single person there who had a hand in helping us get to this point is absolutely endless. Thank you for the opportunity to show the world our passion and commitment to this business, and most of all for the opportunity to represent our people and culture on a big stage. We are forever grateful." So, Larson, of course, where are they going now?
Apparently they've garnered interest from both the WWE and All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, man, of course. They're top-notch tag team.
Oh, man, they're incredible.
If NXT is going to... See, one thing that NXT might want to consider doing is targeted counter-programming also, because AEW, of course, they've got some really terrific tag teams over there. It'd be terrific if NXT started featuring their tag team division as well, because it's kind of not as beefy as, I don't know, maybe even send War Machine back down to NXT. Give them like another big beefy run there with like actual talent like LAX. Can you imagine LAX? Send the Revival down there. I'd send all the good tag teams down there. I don't need tag team wrestling on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
Or not, doesn't matter. LAX, do you think that you're going AEW or NXT?
I hope AEW. That's my hope.
Yeah.
Think how awesome that tag division would be. We got Chris Jericho, who's got a couple mystery tag partners coming up at the first AEW TV taping against the Elite.
Yeah.
Who better to step in the ring beside Chris Jericho than LAX, start off an awesome feud against the Young Bucks?
That'd be pretty great.
Leading up to this tag team tournament they're supposed to be happening for the tournament of the new champions. How incredible would that be?
All the incredible.
Yeah.
That'd be really good. Yeah. On the other hand...
Oh, they'd be great in WWE as well.
Who's in NXT's... it'd be great if they just... WWE, they've got... Like their main roster, if you were to conglomerate their main roster tag division, it's like stellar.
Oh, I know.
It's really great.
I know it's really good.
And maybe like War Machine will actually get into a feud with somebody at some point, because that'd be cool. You got the Street Profits. Apparently Meltzer, like you sort of mentioned that you had heard in the rumor mill lately, that Street Profits are going to stay wrestling on NXT and stay as what are they? Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets.
Yeah, well, like the Greek chorus idea. They're commenting on the action.
Yeah, I'm not huge on that. So yeah, a lot of good tag teams out there.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Yeah, man.
Who else is in NXT as a tag team? You got Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
Yeah, Street Profits.
Forgotten Sons.
Forgotten
Lorcan
Sons.
and Birch.
Yeah, they really kind of need to beef up their tag team.
Mustache Mountain.
They need to go. They for sure. I wonder if after Cardiff,
maybe
that could be cool.
Maybe.
Boy, get Mustache Mountain there in NXT Prime.
Maybe. Ooh. Metro Brothers.
The what are they? Pretty Deadly.
Yeah.
Bring them to NXT Prime.
There you go. They're
pretty great.
Yeah. With NWO White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. I think I'd probably, if I had a choice, I'd probably prefer to see them in AEW. Just, I mean, the dream match scenarios there are killer. Although we've seen, I don't know, we've seen them fight a lot of people though.
Well, they've had matches against the Lucha Brothers, obviously, in Impact.
I think haven't on the indie circuit. They had to have had matches against the Young Bucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
PWG or something. LAX did some PWG.
They just started doing PWG recently.
Yeah, there was not a lot of crossover there, huh? They're there. Are they still the tag team titles over there? Are the tag team champs over there?
I don't think so. No, I don't think they were ever tag champs. The Rascals were for a while.
The Rascals were?
I don't know if they still are.
LAX.
I don't know who's in or who does stuff with PWG much anymore. Because everybody's signed these days.
I know, man. I know. Let's see. Pro Wrestling. Who's their current champion?
See if it's up to date.
Roster. Roster, please. Roster.
Is Jeff Cobb still their champion?
No. Roster, please. Roster. I don't know who their champion is, man.
All right.
It's not telling me who their thing is.
Well, this
is a bunch of DVDs. That's kind of smart, though.
Yeah, everything links to their merchandise page.
Adrian C asks if we're going to Bola.
No.
Oh my God! I just actually tried to change the URL to roster.
Everything leads back to DVDs.
That's really smart, actually.
It is smart. You can drive yourself crazy continuing that.
I know, man. What the heck? Let's see here. Tag team.
List of PWG champions. Do that.
List of PWG tag team champions.
Who's current champs?
Let's see here. The Rascals, Chosen Bros, Lucha Brothers, Young Bucks. Oh yeah.
Rascals are still champs.
The Rascals.
They've been champs for a while.
What is this? 8. What is this? Months, days, weeks? What is this? Defenses. Oh, 8 defenses. Okay. So at least like 8 months then, huh?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, let's move on to more
a year? It's been a year?
That's crazy.
Wow.
More All Elite Wrestling news. Wow. This one's from PW Insider.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, Tony Schiavone has been locked into a deal by All Elite Wrestling, which headed WWE, who also had interest in Schiavone off at the pass. As late as Wednesday, WWE is still pursuing a Schiavone deal, but we are told he agreed to terms with AEW this past Thursday. Schiavone, who was signed to an MLW contract, will continue on with Major League Wrestling. PW Insider has confirmed, so there will be a lot of Schiavone on cable TV in the months ahead.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of had a bit of a career renaissance thanks to his podcast with Conrad. And it's pretty great. He's pretty funny on his podcast.
Yeah.
And he still has a hell of a voice. Imagine if he's the third member of the All Elite Wrestling commentary team. Him, JR, Excalibur. That's potentially pretty cool.
Dude, Schiavone and JR on the same announce team is like the Amalgam Universe.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Dark Claw, right? It's awesome. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to see that.
Did they ever team together before JR went to WWE? WWF? Because Schiavone was doing commentary for a long time.
Who was the announce team at Mania 9?
It was Macho Man, JR, and Heenan, I think.
There was no Schiavone at Mania 9? I feel like that would have been the one place where they would have been at.
But in WCW beforehand, I feel like they might have done some work together.
Back when Schiavone had a mustache?
Yeah.
Maybe you're right about that.
Maybe. I kind of feel like that's a possibility.
Yeah, Devil Kazuya says Tony and JR were in WCW together. However, was it when Schiavone had a mustache?
That seems like a whole other version of Tony.
That's the bigger question. What's interesting is, WWE was trying to get him. What would they have done with him? WWE
just kept him away from AEW wrestling. Yeah,
have him sit at home.
Yeah, here, just do your podcast.
Do digital content.
Yeah, no. Here, do director's commentary essentially on all these nitros we got on the network.
Stevie Bradley here says there were a few times when JR was on commentary and Tony was doing interviews. Did they ever sit next to each other?
I feel like they had to have.
Eli confirms. Mustache.
Yeah. Hopefully he grows the mustache back. That's kind of
That's
essential.
cool. Tony Schiavone has the, like, to me, so I love JR and King, obviously. Everybody did, right? But Schiavone brought WCW just sounded professional with him at the helm. It did.
I know.
Even when he was saying, like, annoying things that Bischoff was, like, making him say.
Yeah.
Like the butts and seats. Like, that's annoying. But, man, he brought such a professionalism. He's so good.
Yeah, I know. I know.
That's going to be great. And it's going to be just sort of one of those familiar things that people who haven't watched since those days might tune in and be like, oh, wow.
And it makes sense to have
Schiavone and JR? What
him be the voice of All Elite Wrestling on TNT. It makes you harken back to the WCW days.
I know, exactly.
They just need to bring in Larry Zbyszko.
Man. Wow. What? No.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. I wasn't serious about that. Not at all.
I don't know, man. That level of unpredictability.
He's in the wall.
He's in the wall.
No, I don't need that.
Misinterpreting the visuals of AEW. Like, come on. You wouldn't want to hear Zbyszko try to figure out what Luchasaurus is?
No.
Some sort of monster. Some sort of luchador monster or dinosaur.
It's like someone actually did the thing in Jurassic Park.
But man.
A man.
But a man.
Oh dear. And another AEW news, this is coming from Being the Elite and also AEW's Twitter.
Yeah.
They announced the dates for their 4th and 5th TV broadcasts. Number 4 is from Pittsburgh, PA, and 5 from Charleston, West Virginia.
Yep. So they need to come over here. Those, man, and talk about NXT going, man, I'd love to go to an NXT live show. A TV show when it's on USA.
Yeah.
Boy, that'd be cool. I want to go check that out.
Yeah, we've been to a couple takeovers.
I know, but I've never been to an NXT Full Sail show.
All right.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
I got to get Karen to get her insiders because she's the insider, but she has her insiders.
You need to get friendly with Kyle. He's got the same seats every time.
Tell me about it. I know.
Or Miss Anita.
Or Miss Anita.
She's always there.
I know. I haven't seen Karen there lately. We need to get her to contact Kyle to get us a couple of front row tickets.
Facing hard cam.
Can we get some Kyle seats? How much do you think we can pay Kyle? Hey, Kyle. We get Epico to fund our...
Don't tell him that because he'll do it.
Oh, crap. Is he still here?
Yeah.
Stop that now. Oh, Karen says, I'm there. You're there now? Are you with Kyle now? Can you please confirm that we have Kyle seats?
There you go. Resolute Germ says JR and Tony hate each other. They've had serious beef for decades.
What? Get out of here. Time solves
out.
all wounds.
Oh.
Actually, that's money. Money solves all wounds. Karen says there's no Kyle in her vicinity. She's probably at work right now.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I just didn't know. Usually it's very obvious. Like Karen is very like emotive whenever I'm watching NXT and I see her. She's either like putting the big thumbs down or like throwing a soda can at somebody's head in the ring. I'm like, wow, man, they really like Karen because they would just let her do that?
Yeah.
She doesn't do that.
She doesn't do that at all.
Anyways, let's see.
And then Enforcer says, BS, Tony and JR are good friends. There's so much confusion.
Wow. There's a lot of drama and not drama.
I know. Who'd have thought? Let's do Raw preview, Steve. It's pretty lengthy.
All right. That's cool, too.
First entry here. 2019 King of the Ring tournament bracket. Who will take the crown in the King of the Ring tournament returning tonight on Raw?
That's Drew. 8
superstars from Raw and 8 superstars from SmackDown Live will meet in the tourney to become WWE royalty, and the bracket is now set. Check out all the opening matchups below. We're not going to include it, though. Then download and print your own bracket so you can make predictions and track your favorite superstars as they advance.
Dang it. Why didn't I
pick them?
I got to bring my printer here.
First round King of the Ring action kicks off live on Raw at 8/7 Central on USA Network. Your turn, Steve.
I'm going to print out a bracket.
Just handwrite it.
Just write it real quick?
Yeah, man.
All right. Over on the SmackDown side of things, we have Kevin Owens versus Elias. And then we got Cesaro versus Joe. Wait,
that's on the Raw one, man.
Cesaro, Joe. We've got Cedric Alexander. Who's he on Raw? He's on Raw.
Yeah, just
Cedric
hold on a sec,
Alexander
dude.
Versus Buddy Murphy? No,
it's Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali on the SmackDown side.
Mustafa Ali. Apollo is taking on
Almas.
Oh, wow.
I think on the SmackDown side.
Okay. Apollo versus Almas. So we got Cesaro, Joe, Cedric Alexander. Oh, and then Drew is on Raw versus who?
Ricochet.
And then we've also got
Cedric versus Sami Zayn. It's Cedric versus Sami Zayn.
Cedric. Okay.
And then The Miz versus Corbin.
Miz. You know what I love about this? They put the two crap wrestlers, Miz and Corbin, together in a match. So they're not taking up the valuable space with other good wrestlers. Because check this out, dude. Sami Zayn and who's this? Cedric Alexander?
Yeah.
Cedric Alexander. That's a killer match.
Yeah, that's going to be a really good match. Right? Did you get Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin?
Shorty G versus who?
Shelton.
Oh, are you kidding me? Shelton Benjamin versus that Shorty G. That's a huge match.
It's a good match.
Apollo Crews versus Almas. Great match.
Well, let's make our picks here. So Cesaro versus Joe. Joe. Ricochet versus Drew.
I don't know, man. I might go with Cesaro here. Ricochet versus Drew. Oh, man. That's got to be... It's Drew. He's going all the way.
I'm tempted to say Ricochet. I'm going to say Ricochet.
Ricochet is going to get beat up by AJ Styles.
Cedric versus Sami. Cedric.
Oh, yeah, that's a lock.
Miz versus Baron.
Corbin.
Yeah.
It's going to be Corbin.
So then we have...
Oh, wow. That sets up Drew versus Corbin.
Well, first, Joe versus Drew. For you.
Versus Drew. Oh, are we over here now? Drew. Drew goes all the way. Drew is king.
Okay. I'm going to say Ricochet versus Joe. Joe advances. Cedric versus Baron. Cedric by roll-up.
Oh, okay. That's good, too.
So then Joe versus Cedric. Joe goes over. He advances to the final. That's my pick. I'm going to be way off. On the SmackDown side, Kevin Owens versus Elias. Lock, Kevin Owens.
Lock.
Mustafa Ali versus Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy's going over there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, did you hear what Mustafa Ali said? I think it was during a Sean Ross Sapp interview. He said that, when they want a promo from him, Vince just says, go get a promo done.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's rad.
Buddy Murphy, he advances. Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin.
Buddy Murphy might not advance if what's-their-faces get involved. Daniel Bryan.
Entirely possible. Chad Gable versus Shelton Benjamin. Chad Gable wins that one.
Shorty G wins that.
And then Andrade beats Apollo Crews.
For sure.
So that means we get Owens versus Buddy. That's going to be a hell of a match.
That's going to be a great match.
Owens goes over.
Of course, yeah. Even if it ends up being Owens versus Ali.
Great match.
But you're right, it's going to be Buddy. That makes sense.
Andrade versus Chad Gable. Andrade goes over.
Andrade goes over there.
So the semifinals are Owens and Andrade. Owens goes over. Finals, Owens versus Samoa Joe. Kevin Owens goes over. That's my pick.
Crap, that math sounds good, actually. Let's see here. So we'd have Drew. You saying Joe? Oh, you saying Ricochet's going to be Drew?
Yeah.
Nah, man, Ricochet's got to wear that cape somehow. But yeah, that math is bad for me.
Next,
I don't know, man. It might be Kevin Owens versus Baron or Drew McIntyre.
That's entirely possible.
Drew versus yeah, boy. I don't know, man. Kevin Owens might do some screwy stuff with Elias.
That's entirely possible.
Elias and Kevin Owens knock him out in the first round.
That's entirely possible.
That's what I'm thinking.
If he lasts the first round, he's totally winning it.
All right, here we go. Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman to face AJ Styles for United States title on Raw. The OC, the original, only, and obvious club, have been making a lot of noise on Raw since capturing the United States Championship and the Raw Tag Team titles. But it seems like all that noise has woken up a monster as AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and
Carl Anderson
pummeled Universal Champion Seth Rollins during Raw's Champion versus Champion main event. Braun Strowman joined frequent OC foe Ricochet in helping the Beast Slayer even the odds, sending a powerful message to the Phenomenal One and his cruel cohorts. In a WWE.com interview following the physical altercation with the Monster Among Men, Styles challenged Strowman to a match next week where the United States title will be on the line. Strowman accepted the challenge via Twitter. Will Strowman soon wear WWE Star-Spangled title around his waist, or are the OC looking to set a trap for the battle-ready behemoth? Don't miss Raw tonight, live at 8, 7 Central on USA Network. That is totally going to end in a wonk.
Oh, yes.
That's going to be a big wonk finish right there.
Sasha Banks' brutal return sparks questions. Sporting blue hair and a take-no-prisoners attitude, Sasha Banks emerged this past Monday night on Raw and utterly unleashed on an unsuspecting and injured Natalya, and not even Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch could halt the boss's rampage. Banks got the better of the man in the ensuing brawl, relentlessly pummeling the title holder with a steel chair. Earlier in the night, Lynch had thrown out a challenge to the women's locker room. Your smart play is to get me before I get you. That's a quote from the man. Was the boss taking the message to heart, using the attack on Natalya to goad Lynch into a physical confrontation, or was there another reason for Banks' physical and psychological transformation upon her return? Meanwhile, Lynch has taken to Instagram, vowing retribution against Banks following the attack. Will that payback come tonight on Raw?
No. Maybe. I mean, it won't be like super payback.
Payback nonetheless.
There'll be some payback. Like somebody will be like they're going to beat each other up. Cedric Alexander squares off with Sami Zayn as the King of the Ring kicks off. Cedric, what do you think the average match time will be? Let's take if there's like a weird wonk start that like kills the match. Let's take that out of the equation.
Yeah.
How long are they going to give these matches? At least
minimum 12 minutes.
Minimum, right? God, I hope they give every one of these matches 20 minutes.
That'd be great.
Except for like Ms. Corbin or Elias. Cedric Alexander squares off. Yeah. Cedric Alexander's momentum has been surging over recent weeks with a win over Drew McIntyre and legions of new fans inspired by his never say die attitude and breathtaking propensity for making a statement. Sami Zayn will be looking to disappoint Alexander's fans as the King of the Ring tournament begins. Zayn would undoubtedly take pleasure in eliminating fan favorite Alexander from the tournament early. Can the critic of critics play spoiler, or will Cedric ascend and take his first step towards the King of the Ring throne? Find out tonight on Raw.
Cesaro and Samoa Joe to throw down with their eyes on the throne. The King of the Ring tournament is about to see a fight go down. In a match that could be the most physical of the first round, Cesaro and Samoa Joe will collide, both looking to advance in their quest to become the 2019 King of the Ring. Will it be the Samoan Shark or the Swiss Cyborg who emerges from a battle that is sure to turn heads tonight?
Walking with and running after Elias. Mere moments after R-Truth celebrated his astonishing 12th 24/7 championship win, Elias bashed the rapping superstar with his guitar to kick off his third reign with the oft-defended prize. Elias has already turned back a challenge from Drake Maverick in the recording studio, but neither I didn't see that one. But neither Drake nor the growing number of superstars in pursuit of the 24/7 title will be giving up anytime soon. Can the calculating crooner, who is also competing in the King of the Ring tournament, stay on top of the charts? Is he going to lose that title today, Larson?
Probably on SmackDown after he loses Kevin Owens.
There you go. Anyways, let's take some questions.
More questions. Dylan Haggett. Hey, friendos, either of you play Rockstar's Bully, the video game?
I have. We both have in the past. I've never completed it.
Nor have I.
Nor have I gotten all that far.
No.
It was cool.
Double J says Bodega front area pills. That would be maybe an odd solution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an odd solution, not science.
Minion TM69, name a WWE superstar you'd give the Infinity Gauntlet to. He says, I'd pick Ric Flair just because of the laughs. Who is a wrestler you'd give the Infinity Gauntlet to? Yeah,
Triple H, he knows all. Although the problem with that is, of course, at that point, it would be NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, NXT, AEW, NXT.
Everything NXT.
Everything NXT,
Everything
exactly.
NXT.
He said, except for AAA. Those guys are great on their own. Just keep doing your thing over there.
I can't argue with that answer. DJ Guttercat, I'm telling you, Kevin Owens will make it to the end. Shane will insert himself like the Saudi show and win. No, he'd insert himself and then this time lose. I'm telling you, King of the Ring versus Best in the World is going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Best of the world.
I could see Shane maybe doing that.
He'll try to, yeah.
This first
try to screw Kevin Owens. Mm-hmm. But Kevin Owens has to come out on top in that situation.
But in the Discord asks, with NXT going 2 hours, do you see them staying in Full Sail, or do they start taping across the country more frequently? I think they'd probably start out in Full Sail for a little while and then start testing the waters for if they could do a full touring thing. Mm-hmm. I think that's probably how they would do it. But man, if that Full Sail crowd will make a very good case for them being home base because they will be given their everything during that.
Yep.
Alex C. If NXT is becoming a certified third brand, do you see call-ups happening a lot less frequently?
Yeah.
I think it would be... I think that eventually you wouldn't even consider it a call-up. It would simply be a trade.
Be like a lateral move.
It would be, yeah, exactly.
Patrick Sparks, here on the Twitters. How badly is Vince going to affect NXT if it goes to USA? Remains to be seen. If they announce Triple H as executive director of NXT along with the announcement of it moving to USA, it's going to allay a lot of fears.
It would be, yeah. I would think, this is maybe me being stupidly optimistic, I would think that Vince would stay hands-off unless USA weren't getting the numbers that they wanted to get. One thing that I'm really curious about is this is a brand new deal. Like they had to broker a brand new deal. What is WWE getting for this one?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's kind of crazy that AEW essentially pushed WWE into another. I mean, granted, obviously we know it's not the same thing.
It's not going to be $250 million a year.
It might be a production cost or something like that. There's got to be some rights fees, though.
Yeah.
AEW just sort of pushed WWE into getting another pretty good cable deal.
$50 million probably.
Fox Sports 1 to USA. Like,
it's more households, too.
Jeez, yeah. A ton.
Mikey Omega, what is the best non-potato related side dish? Onion rings, mozzarella sticks, coleslaw. I wouldn't consider mozzarella sticks a side dish. That's an appetizer.
Appetizer.
You don't necessarily get mozzarella sticks with your burger.
Yeah. I mean, the best side dish is...
Non-potato.
Oh, non-potato. All right. Well, I know you're not big into cheese. Would you consider mac and cheese a side? It could be either one.
Yeah,
I've always felt that's more of a side. Like we had that with our burgers yesterday, mac and cheese. So my personal top would be some just really killer mac and cheese.
If you take French fries or sweet potato fries or tater tots out of the equation, I might just say like a green salad. But I'm not a huge onion ring guy. Obviously, mozzarella sticks ain't my thing. Coleslaw I prefer like on something as opposed to a side.
I'm cool. I think onion rings is decent.
Yeah, they're fine.
Good, yeah.
I won't turn one down, but I don't necessarily order them either.
Yeah.
I'd say either...
Onion rings are, to me, they're a bit like, I can only have a couple and then I get tired of them really quick.
I'd say either a salad or if the soup of the day is really good, especially you get like a sandwich or something. It's hard to mess with the sandwich in a good little cup of soup.
Yeah, yeah. Luis Novoa, I heard this great question that was asked to What Culture this morning. If you could describe your life in 1 to 3 wrestling matches, what matches would they be?
This is a good question. 1 to 3 wrestling matches?
Yeah. So like my early life, I spent the most impactful memory of my early life would have been my time in England, of course. So I'm going to go, my first match would be Bret Hart versus Bulldog at SummerSlam.
Okay.
There at Wembley, I think. So that's going to be my first match. The next more impactful moment in my life, I'd say, is when we got laid off from Machinima. So I would go with the Montreal Screwjob on that one because then Bret went on to bigger money, better deal for him, even if it wasn't like he didn't really like it.
Yeah.
So I'd go next with the Montreal Screwjob. And then now, we're doing well. We're independent. We answer to no man. Maybe it would be like Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon at WrestleMania.
All right. I don't know. So I guess if we're doing peers or life, I guess for me the first one would be Hogan versus Andre in a Saturday Night Main Event.
Okay, sure. How does that represent you, though?
That's just like one of the...
That's what you saw.
Yeah, that's what it's like a vivid wrestling memory.
All right, yeah.
From that period of my life.
I like the metaphorical route I took.
I know. I was trying to think of that, too.
It's kind of difficult.
It is.
What's an early impactful memory for you? Like when your brother almost cut your eye out?
No, I wasn't cutting my eye out. The dog almost bit my eye out.
Oh, okay. So
my brother was chasing after the dog.
Like the Al Snow canine.
The Kennel from Hell?
Yeah.
The time period's not right, though.
Doesn't matter, though.
I could say that one because the whole storyline of that match was that Ref had plastic surgery, and I had to go in and get my tear duct reconstructed because of that. So that's technically plastic surgery.
Okay,
so there's the tie-in. There you go.
That's good. See?
Finger poke of doom.
That's good too. I like that.
That just seems kind of fitting.
Yeah, sure.
Just anytime in my life.
Again, maybe machinima thing.
Yeah, it could be. And then finally, I'll say Hogan and Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam.
Oh, because
kind of what we're doing now.
Because you're constantly jobbing in a cartoonish fashion to me or the wrestling industry or
something
whatever.
like that.
Yeah, I like it. That's good.
Quoth the Raven asks here, is it me or is Corey's commentary just sounding hateful instead of traditional heel commentary? Plus, he doesn't say consistent.
What was the big thing about him and Alexa Bliss? I completely missed that.
What? There was a thing?
So during SummerSlam, he had some commentary about Alexa Bliss that then caused him and everybody, Renee and Michael Cole, the next night on Raw, to give him a lot of static when she came out, and he was like apologizing and stuff.
I don't recall.
And I somebody mentioned in chat, but I missed it completely.
Yeah, I don't recall. I missed that too.
Cody Miles, question on the Fiend's canon on his story. Did the Fiend completely behead Bray to make the lamp? That's really dark. I don't think. I think the Fiend just had. I mean, in kayfabe, yeah. In kayfabe, what's the deal with the lantern?
Well, I'm guessing the Fiend just thought it looked cool in kayfabe.
Like in kayfabe, where do you get that mask from?
Tom Savini.
Still Tom Savini? Mm-hmm. That's where I got the lantern from.
Yeah. Jeffrey Nguyen, my 3 matches would be Goldberg, Undertaker, Hogan, Michaels, and the one where Jeff Hardy came out intoxicated. A disaster, a joke, and a drunk.
What a great answer. What a great answer.
That's a fantastic answer.
What an awesome answer. That's good.
It's fantastic. Fantastic answer. We have some more questions here on the Twitter.
We do.
Gigabyte. Fantasy book the worst case scenario from when NXT is on USA.
Fantasy book. I'm sorry, what was that?
Worst case scenario for NXT on USA. Brock shows up. He beats Adam Cole for the NXT Championship.
Boy, fantasy. Sorry. Like in terms of business scenarios, that's a pretty good one.
But then
NXT.
100%. Oh, Vince is running NXT now.
Yeah,
that would instill a whole lot of confidence.
Yeah, I don't know. Worst case, I don't know. I don't know how to. We're gonna also have to talk about that because if NXT's going live 2 hours, we're just gonna have to do an NXT episode and an AEW on the same day, and just put them out there in the world, and people can decide. I mean, we can have our own Wednesday Night Wars based off of the views on that, I guess.
Yeah.
And then I guess on Friday we'll do like the other stuff, the NXT.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we gotta figure that out.
But if 205 Live is folded into NXT, it's just NXT UK. We can't talk about that for an hour.
God no.
Maybe I'll start doing NXT UK / AAA recaps.
There you go.
I don't even know if they have weekly TV, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mr. Triple Mania, Juan Guerrero Jr., what are the chances that Kota Ibushi beats Okada at Wrestle Kingdom Night 1, then calls out Kenny Omega for a match on Night 2? That would be something else.
That'd be cool.
Probably slim, though.
That'd be neat.
Quentin, what if Roman's attacker was the Funhouse puppets on a Muppet-style adventure? That'd be pretty awesome.
I would watch that in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah, man.
I would watch that in a heartbeat. That'd be great.
Dalton asks, who's the most underappreciated wrestler in recent history? Underappreciated wrestler in recent history.
Underappreciated by whom? The fans? Vince? The fans, maybe? Who's underappreciated by the fans?
I keep hearing Amazing Red was like the super influential wrestler. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of the stuff high flyers do.
Yeah.
He started doing years ago, you know.
I like that.
And he kind of retired, but then he's got a match at the Super J Cup against Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So maybe Amazing Red.
That's a good
Super
one.
Dragon.
Yeah.
You know, he was doing some crazy stuff apparently in PWG.
Mm-hmm. That's all good stuff.
Rich Nason, how much Del Taco is too much?
If you're in Barstow, none.
Oh man.
If you're in Barstow,
almost makes me want to make a trip to Barstow.
That's right. I'm with you on that one. Let's see here. Not doing that. Lord Ziffer. Well, will there be a friendo meetup at Hell in a Cell? We are not going to Hell in a Cell. So, I mean, there could be like other friendos there doing a meetup.
Yeah.
So we invite you guys to do that.
Absolutely.
Dallas Barnes, favorite independent wrestlers right now? Mikey Omega was hitting me up yesterday about the Butcher and the Blade. Those dudes that like that. One of them I didn't realize until last night is Braxton Sutter with like he's got that full like mummy mask on.
Oh, that's interesting.
And the other guy looks like an old timey dude.
That's interesting.
Hold on, I'll look at it.
I'm gonna say as far as favorite indie wrestlers, Cal Jack.
Oh, how do I leave out Cal Jack?
J.R. Kratos.
These guys, look at them.
That's a cool.
Isn't that cool?
That's a cool gimmick.
Right.
That's pretty cool. J.R. Kratos is really good. He's gonna be on Bloodsport.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's right.
Local
that's right.
guy.
Yeah. Everybody's signed.
Everybody's signed.
They're all signed.
Joey
Ryan always.
Yeah, Joey Ryan. But otherwise, I'd just be naming people from NorCal.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Ollie B27, Team Shane versus KO and Undisputed Era at Survivor Series. As cool as that sounds, I don't know. We'll see. That's another thing about NXT. If they get bumped up to USA, like then shouldn't they have spots on at least major 4 pay-per-view cards? Like, shouldn't the NXT title then be defended at WrestleMania?
I would hope that they didn't do that. Just keep takeovers.
Yeah, they should keep takeovers.
Just keep them the way they are.
Quoth the Raven 79, calling it now. Luke Harper was the attacker.
I saw. Yeah, that's a possibility. Eddie Diltz, how would you repackage Apollo Crews? We've done that.
Apollo Crews.
He'd be a motor sports enthusiast.
Motorsports enthusiast.
Yeah.
Dragon Reborn. Favorite matches of the year so far. He says I rewatched Yano versus Colt and still really enjoyed it. Shingo versus Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
That match is so dang good.
Yeah.
That one's really good.
Favorite match of the year so far is probably Cody versus Dustin.
That was good too.
I really liked Candace versus Io this
That
past
was good
takeover. Too. That was a killer match. I don't know. I got to go back and look. We did a whole list like a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Best matches of the year.
Yeah, when
so
you're on
far.
vacation. Yeah.
Yeah.
have you seen the viral John Cena song from South Africa?
I have not. That's why I did not ask that question.
Have not seen it.
Justin Wern. If Going In Raw were to have a spin-off show hosted by Cal Jack and Adam Mayhem, what would it be called? It'd be called Road to Cal Jack Solo Show. It'd be called Cal Jack and Baloney Fit.
Oh, we got a H-Style defense this upcoming weekend.
Oh, crap. Is that this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
The 24th. Simon Miller taking on H-Champ Adam Mayhem.
Wow. Dear, oh, dear.
See what happens, man.
I just need that title off of Baloney Fit, man. He shows up to that. Dude, they did the press conference there for it. And he's already putting like the company's top dude on blast. He's like looking past Simon Miller.
Can't do that, man.
Idiot.
Can't look past your opponents.
What an idiot.
Can't do that.
Is there any word on where people can watch that? Is that something that people can watch?
No, but we'll look into that and let people know.
All right. We'll do that sometime this week.
Yeah.
This is a good question because it deals with alternate timelines. Akdus Mukadam. How much do you think the Universal title scene would have changed if Balor never got injured? There was some confirmation on that, kind of, I think. He was going to squash out to Brock, I think. I think Brock was going to... So Seth had that title. Brock ended up getting it off of Goldberg.
Yeah.
Who got it off of Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Wasn't the plan originally for like Balor to get like destroyed by
That's what
Brock?
I thought too.
Thought that was the... Or maybe I'm just thinking, am I superimposing Daniel Bryan in that situation?
No, I thought Finn Balor was only supposed to carry it till Brock beat him.
Okay.
Quoth the Raven, Fiend versus who for WrestleMania? Demon Balor, Aleister Black, or Undertaker?
Give him that Undertaker.
That'd be cool.
Make good. That'd be good.
Oh, this is a good question. Joaquin the Dream. Everyone battles in the debate of pineapple on pizza, but my question is, does ranch go with pizza?
Oh, yeah, man. Dipping. Ranch dipping, baby. That's awesome. I love that.
What other sauces can be splashed on that pie? So pizza.
Man, you want to keep that limited, dude.
Xavier Woods, I remember him saying that barbecue sauce, like dipping pizza in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that's exciting. Yeah, I've had barbecue pizza before.
Yeah, totally.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on it.
Yeah, barbecue chicken pizza is good if it's cooked right. Yeah,
it's okay.
What other sauces?
It just tastes like barbecue chicken. I don't know. I think ranch.
Pesto is good on pizza. Like a pesto drizzle is good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pesto's good.
Super good. I don't really consider pesto like a sauce, though. What do you consider? What is pesto considered?
Depends if it's mixed with cream, then it's definitely sauce. But if
When
it's
you
just
get
pesto
it,
by itself, it's kind of like pureed basil and olive oil and pine nuts.
That's good stuff.
It is. I like
I'm a big fan of
pesto a lot. I
Pesto's
like pesto a lot.
Anyways, on the bonus episode today, we're going to talk about a groundbreaking new wrestling drama.
Oh yeah, man! Looking forward to that one.
Starring a superhero.
Yes.
So we'll see if we'll talk about that.
Oh yes.
So maybe we'll cast that.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, we'll see.
Anyways, that's available for $1 patrons and YouTube channel members. So stay tuned for that.
Yes, please.
10-15 minutes. I might scarf down that sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Before we do that. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate it. And until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steven Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.